It takes a lot to be called the best of the worst, and on the new season of Worst Cooks in America, these chefs definitely earn that title. Take a look.
The worst cooks in America are back to flambe, puree, chop,
You know what I always think of when I'm cooking is,
How can I destroy this knife?
yeah,
and scramble.
Is it like cow tongue? It sure is. Oh, there's a head on it. Oh my God.
You guys are the very best of the worst.
And host of Worst Cooks in America is here with us now. Hi, Michael. How are you?
Nice to see you.
We're giggling because we've been talking about how bad these cooks actually are. Just for anybody who hasn't seen one of these prior seasons, just set up the show.
So, the basic premise of the show is you have the worst cooks in America. So it is a group of people that their culinary skills, we'll just say, are lacking. Like when you say, oh, you would, you'd burn water. That is a true statement with some of these people. And this season is especially crazy because these people are all coming back. So it's like, I don't know if you would say the best of the worst or the worst of the worst, but nonetheless, the worst.
What makes a contestant a bad cook?
Most of it is fear, I think. I think most of their problems is they're afraid. They're afraid whether it's to mess up or overcook or overseason or underseason or of fire or, all these different things where these fears kind of build up in them and then they just freeze. For me as a mentor, that's what I was trying to give them. I was trying to give them that confidence and to realize that this is a happy place, not a place to be frightened.
Okay, wait, I do just want to set up the competitions because there's all different types of competitions in this season. Can you just explain them?
They all have a unique challenge to them. You're giving them like a make this or make that, but but they really do, they grow in complexity from week to week to week to week until you get to the finale where the people in the finale are actually cooking a complete meal on their own, like a 3-course dinner.
With that said, what was the most surprising thing about stepping into this show?
I mean, the initial shock of, oh my gosh, they're really bad cooks. I mean, I had so many friends that had done it and they're like, oh, it's you're not going to believe how crazy it is. And I'm like, oh, how bad can they actually be? And then you're like, oh my God, they're really bad. But they're such great people. They were all like such sweet people. You're just like, come on, you could do this. Why can't you do this? But after that, it was just how bad they all wanted to get better, I guess, would be the best way to explain it. And the emotion that came along with it. There's some really touching, as funny as parts of the show are, there's some really kind of emotional, touching parts in the show also.
As a professional chef, your head must be like, whoa.
I called her D, but one of my contestants in the show, I'm like, you quit wearing high heels in the kitchen. We can't, this is not let's wear a sensible shoe. We're going to wear sensible shoes today.
I do want to talk about your restaurants. You have 5 restaurants, right?
Yeah. It's been a challenging year, but we've learned a lot from it. I think it's made us smarter and more aware of all the different things that could happen in the world and how you kind of control those things. We're fighting back like everybody else and, just trying to keep our employees as busy as we can.
Yeah, and I can't wait for the comeback. I'm doing this interview in New York City and you walk around and restaurants are really the heartbeat of this city. I do want to ask you about your plant-based cooking and eating. I was reading an article about that, and this is something that I'm trying to gravitate towards it.
Well, I suffer from some inflammatory, I have RA and I have discoid lupus. So I had to start eating in a manner that tamped down my inflammation, so to speak. So we did a book called Fix It with Food, tremendously successful. We're doing another one where it kind of teaches you how to eat to not be inflamed. so to speak.
I'm embarrassed to tell you, we eat pasta every night in this house, every single night. So my
okay
girl
with
pasta
carb
for
left
breakfast.
behind. Yeah, I'm no carb left behind.
All right, I want to tell everybody that you can catch Worst Cooks in America, Best of the Worst, every Sunday night at 9 p.m. on the Food Network and Discovery Plus. And I have to give you a big thank you. You made me smile with this interview, and you made me smile with this show and your kitchen.
Thank you very much. Have a great day. It was great to see you.